from Russia. We are learning that Russian President Vladimir Putin has called Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a great friend. Speaking at an event in Moscow, President Putin drew on India's fine example to encourage domestic products and domestic brands in Russia. He was, of course, referring to Prime Minister Modi's Make in India campaign. On that note, let's listen in to that address by President Putin.
Вот наши друзья в Индии и премьер-министр, большой друг России, господин Моди, он целую концепцию выделил несколько лет назад. Сделано в Индии. Ну и, знаете, эффект есть. Реальный эффект для индийской экономики ощутимый. Вот не грех повторять то, что запретено, если и не нами, то нашими друзьями, и хорошо работает.
Right, our correspondent Siddhant is on the phone line right now with me. And let's quickly go across to Siddhant at the moment. Siddhant, let's talk about President Putin's the admiration that he's showered upon the Indian Prime Minister. When he appreciates the Prime Minister's Make in India initiative, he's also bestowing a lot of faith in Prime Minister Modi's vision and his policies. Having said that, given geopolitical context, especially after Prime Minister Modi's recent US visit, when many foreign policy experts were in fact questioning how Moscow will in fact be changing stance. There was a lot of skepticism with regards to the existing relationship between New Delhi and Moscow.
You're absolutely right. But first and foremost, one thing which is very important to be highlighted right now is that still in the world, there are many observers, experts, those who believe that India's growth story is sluggish, manipulative. Now, it was first Anthony Albanese, then it was Joe Biden, and now it is Vladimir Putin. You know, all these three tall leaders of their countries have recognized India's growth story and Prime Minister Modi's developmental model. And this is perhaps the reason that today, you know, right now Russia is in crisis. They need more industries, they need more manufacturing, they need more production because of the US sanctions. They don't have enough supply reaching their country. So this particular point was mentioned by Vladimir Putin to inspire people in his country to become self-sufficient, to become self-reliant, and also to follow the path like the way India has followed. You know, in terms of making Make in India a successful brand which is now being recognized by everyone across the globe. Point number two, coming to what you mentioned, that this, if finding a political meaning to it, then yes, you know, Russia is always fearful that India could drift towards West or perhaps could rely more on West and decouple with Russia. So that could also be one of the reasons that this particular appreciation has come from President Vladimir Putin, because he understands the importance of India. He also understands that how India had out and out maintained a neutral position despite immense pressure from West, not just US but other countries. So, you know, this could be his way of diplomacy to recognize India's contribution, to perhaps mention India's importance. So that can also be a possibility. But the most important one, which I mentioned, that Prime Minister Modi's Make in India project, the model, is now being appreciated everywhere.
Right.
And it's again a slap on all those who still question India's growth story, and they call India's growth story sluggish or perhaps manipulative.
But perhaps so, that is India's way of also setting the norm as far as making Swadeshi or Make in India is as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, how he's phrased it. With that, let's now shift focus over to some more breaking inputs coming in this time from